Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Ruby Sinclair, and I'm here for Ruby Sinclair's Strictly review. I've waited so long for this, my darlings. I'm very, very excited. Now, this series is going to be all about Strictly Come Dancing. Now, I am the only Ballroom and Latin diva in the UK, so I thought, of course, I have to be reviewing Strictly Come Dancing. Now, I have over 20 years experience. Oh God, I feel old. I feel very old. Over 20 years experience in the ballroom and Latin world, and I'm a fabulous drag queen. So I thought, why not merge the two together? I'm very, very excited about this project, and I really hope that you stick with me all season long, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, this year is like no other, and we have a fantastic lineup of celebrities all raring to go, ready to learn some dances. I have my laptop all set up, ready to watch these dances, so you guys are going to be getting my true and honest opinion live as I'm watching it now. We are going to be looking through all aspects Strictly. We are going to be looking at the fashion, the music choices, the choreography, the dances. I'm excited. Who's going to be the dark horse of the competition? Well, we'll just have to find out. We are going to be gearing up for Strictly 2021, Ruby Sinclair's Strictly review. Let's go. First up, we have got Tom Fletcher and Amy Dowden. So good. I have to say, my favorite song of all time. Do you remember the 25th night of September? I love that little twist they added in there. Now, Tom did a pretty good job. Obviously, with a very busy schedule as what he's been having with McFly. I appreciate that we probably didn't get as many hours as they would have liked. First of all, though, Amy's little outfit, how cute is that? You're going to get to know me very well, but anything with fringe on it, you know it's going to be a win from me. Now, there was a couple of elements in his dancing where I wasn't really seeing much of a hip action. Cha-cha-cha is typically very cheeky dance, and I kind of lost that cheekiness there. Sometimes what we find a lot of the times with these celebrities is when they're doing their beginning parts of the routine that aren't necessarily the set Latin ballroom dancing, they look very, very relaxed, but they go quite stressed out and very, very concerned when they start their actual choreography. I saw Tom be very, very relaxed in the beginning. He was smiling, he was happy, but as soon as the choreography starts, that 2, 3, 4 and 1 of the cha-cha-cha, I felt him just go. Now, I do think he has a lot of potential. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll be able to stay in the competition long enough. I actually do think he might have some fabulous ballroom dancing there. Amy is an absolute fabulous dancer, and I'm sure she will be able to bring out the best in him. Well done, Tom. Couple number 2 is Tilly Ramsay and her dance partner, Nikhita. First of all, I would straight away like to say the fashions. I think her hair looks absolutely stunning. The dress, the dress is a little Jane Norman for me. And that's no disrespect to Jane Norman. I just feel maybe in the ballroom world, it's not really a typical kind of dress. It's more like a going out-y sort of prom dress. Nevertheless, she does look absolutely stunning. On to their dancing. Now, I thought this was really, really beautiful. I do think maybe the judges were a little too kind, especially for week 1. We want to make sure that they've got places to grow. That being said, the hold is obviously something that's not going to happen straight away, and it is very difficult. It's very easy to be in someone's arms, but it's very simple to kind of get a shoulders hunching. And I found as well, for any dancers out there, you're going to have seen it before. The claw, speaking of claws, the claw on the gentleman's shoulder. So once the lady is in her ballroom hold, that claw there was clawing on for dear life, Tilly. It really was. And we want to make sure that we've got beautiful butterfly fingers and we're looking up and out. Okay, now that's going to be something that's very hard. Obviously, we've got a lot of things that we're thinking about. We're thinking head to toe, a million and one things, and then remembering our choreography. I would definitely be intrigued to see what she's going to bring to the table with the Latin, that is for sure. At the moment, week 1, it's so hard to see where they're going to end up, but I do think that Tilly has a lot of potential. Well done. Next up, we have got Hugo and Oti. And now this is the Samba Queen. I'm excited for this one. First of all, can I just say, how good does Oti look? My darling, I love this look. It looks so, so beautiful on you. So the dancing, let's go on to that. So at the beginning, he looked terrified. And can I just say as well, can we talk about glasses while we're dancing? I don't know. I'm not to shame anyone at all, but maybe, because that way I'm kind of thinking, especially in a Latin dance, I'm not going to get any sharp head action because I worry that the glasses are going to go flying. It's perfectly fine wearing them. I understand if he can't see, absolutely no problem. It took me out of all the African vibe that they were giving me with the drums at the beginning. It took me out of it a little bit with the glasses, I think, just thinking aesthetically. I did think the choreography was excellent. There was a lot of nice basic actions in there. Obviously, the judges spoke about his voltas. He did kind of do his own thing. The volta is a very difficult action. The samba, traditionally, a lot of the judges were saying it's a very hard dance. It's a hard dance because there's so much of your body that needs to move. It's easier said than done. I do think in the beginning with the drums, he looked absolutely petrified. He did really look petrified. And Oti's going for gold. She looks so good all the time. I find it hard not to watch her, actually, to be honest. That's what I find a lot of the times as a dancer myself. I find it really hard not to watch the professionals, especially if the celebrity isn't that great. It was not bad at all. There wasn't really much of a hip action going on other than when he was doing the voltas and those particular steps that he was taught so intensely to be able to do those voltas, and they really concentrated on that. We found that then the rest of the dance ended up just kind of not really having that body movement and that flow that the rest of it did have. Reasonably flat-footed as well, which is going to be difficult if we're going to be getting onto the ballroom dances as well. We need to make sure we've got some rise and fall going on with the footwork as well. It's going to be important. I do look forward to seeing him doing some other Latin dances though, for sure. Ballroom, not sure how we're going to get on with that, but the Latin, I'm sure this one's going to be a good one to look out for. Well done, guys. Next up with their Viennese waltz is Rhys and Nancy. I'm going to keep saying this. I mean, these girls, but also these guys. This one, Rhys, looks very, very nice, very suave in his suit. I think it's a very, very good look. And Nancy is absolutely stunning. Love Nancy's teaching style with the fact that we're giving actually the apparatus to be able to help us with that hold. Now, it is very hard for our leader to make sure straight away as my arms have come up here, I've been trained, I know where it needs to be. It's so easy to kind of limp down. I'm looking at myself now, to limp down with these arms. I did think he did do a good job. I definitely thought as the routine was going on, we started off quite strong and then the arms were going lower and lower and lower, which is going to happen. There's a lot of things that we're thinking about, just as I've mentioned with other couples already as well. I think the choreography was really beautiful from Nancy. I think it really showed off Rhys in a nice light. I could see that he was being very delicate with her as well, which I think is so very important. I thought he was completely in lead of Nancy. He was leading Nancy, which was very, very nice to see. I'm definitely excited for this one to see some Latin, okay? I am a Latin girl myself, personally, but I do also love the ballroom. I do think that he is going to pull out some fabulous Latin dances. And I know for a fact Nancy is a fabulous Latin dancer. So I am excited for those routines. I do think a little bit that the music was a little bit fast. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me, but I do think the music was a little fast. So it was almost a little frantic. That's quite difficult with the Viennese waltz as well, because it is such a fast dance. We want to make sure it is the perfect tempo for us. I felt it was all a little rushed. But scores, I do agree with the scores. Well done, Rhys and Nancy. Next up is Sarah and her partner, Aljaz. That was fabulous. I thought the judges were a little harsh on her. I thought she looked like she was having a really good time. So I think this has been the first celebrity who has been confident in both the freestyly sections at the beginning of the routine and also the choreography, the cha-cha choreography. Some of the other couples I found that sometimes they are very relaxed at one point and they're nervous for the choreography, or around the other way. Whereas I think Sarah did a very, very good job at being both relaxed in the beginning, sort of fluffing around choreography, and then also her cha-cha-cha. I will say, I thought she had some lovely arms. Do I spot, maybe I like to spot that celebrity that may have had a little dance background before. I would not be surprised if Sarah had had a little dance background before. Not a lot, just a little. She looked happy the whole time. What a vision in blue as well. I think blue with blonde hair always looks really, really nice. And props to the makeup as well. I thought the makeup was nice. I do definitely think that Sarah is gonna be more relaxed in the ballroom dances. I do think so. Maybe things like the jive, I'm not quite sure how that's gonna go for her. Nevertheless, well done to Sarah and Aljaz. Next up with their quick step is Dan and Nadia. First things first, I can't not talk about it. Nadia's look. Oh, there's something so effortless about the trousers. It looks so, so nice, and what an exquisite fit on those trousers. So beautiful. Nadia is one of those dancers that I have followed for years. She's actually quite a jack of all trades. Nadia is one of the only professional dancers that did specialise in both ballroom and Latin. She was a 10 dancer. Don't get me wrong, her Latin is fabulous. Fabulous Latin. But her ballroom is just as good. She does very, very well. What a great job. Why? I feel bad for this bloke because everyone was kind of like, oh, wasn't sure how it was going to go, wasn't sure. Is that due to his height maybe that we weren't sure? He was excellent. I can't help but think though that ballroom always tends to suit the taller person. I thought his frame was very, very strong. I thought when Shirley mentioned about his neck as well, he does have a beautiful elongated neck. I thought he did a really fabulous job of having Nadia in his arms as well. I didn't think it was that bad at all. Sometimes what we do find for a gentleman especially, this arm is kind of okay, but sometimes it's this right arm, right for me, the right arm. So the one that's on the lady's shoulder is that arm can droop. And then once that one starts to droop, that one also starts to droop as well. And that's not what we want. I thought it was really, really good. Don't get me wrong. These Latin dancers on Dan, I'm not sure how they're going to go because he's got very long limbs. So it's going to be hard for him to get to a place much faster and sharper as he will need for those Latin dances. Nevertheless, Nadia is a fabulous, fabulous dancer, and I'm sure she'll be able to bring out the best in him. Good luck, Dan. I thought you did a very good job. Well done. Next up with their jive is Rhys and Giovanni. It has to be said, that dress, I'm so glad Shirley mentioned it as well. What a stunning dress. Also, as well, I want to talk about her look, the whole look, the ponytail, the makeup was absolutely flawless. Rose, you looked stunning. I thought she looked so very confident. She knew those dance moves inside and out. Very, very well done, Rose. There was a couple of times where we had a sickled foot. Now, what a sickled foot is when we've got our 2 feet facing forward this way, is when this happens. As she was doing those kicks forward, she would kick not like that forward, she would kick like that. Kick, and that's not cute. I'm looking at my hands now already thinking, oh, that's not cute. So a sickled foot is a no-no. Equally as well, pigeon toe, which is when they're out this way, is also a bit of a no-no as well. We want to make sure that that action is sharp and facing front with the toes, not inwards. Other than that, I thought she did a pretty good job. As I say, with a dress like that, I mean, she looked absolutely stunning. I'm sorry I'm talking about it again, but she really, really did. I'm looking forward to her in the ballroom especially. I do think that once she's in Giovanni's arms, I think she's just going to be an absolute vision on his arms with some of those ballroom dances. That being said, I thought Rose did an excellent job. I am excited though to see the flip of the coin, and when we come to dances like the tango and the paso doble, I'm looking forward to seeing how she attacks those. And Giovanni is not bad to look at on the eyes either. How lovely. Next up is Katy and Gorka with their tango. This lady is in drag. She is looking absolutely stunning. There is nothing better than a smoky eye, and I love that dark underneath, kind of like what I've got on today. I thought she looked absolutely exquisite, and that dress as well. I love the accent of the red rose underneath the bun as well. I thought that was a lovely little touch, and obviously Gorka is, you know, he's easy to look at. I thought she did a pretty good job. I noticed Gorka a couple of times was saying head back, and then she would go more head back. When she would have those little elements, her head was absolutely stunning. I thought the angle of her hold as well was really, really nice. That back left arm around the back of his armpit sort of area, which isn't very nice, but I mean, I wouldn't mind. Was really nice, really angular and lovely. I would like to see her with maybe a little bit more of a bending in the supporting legs. So as she shoots off with that front foot stepping forward, that she's then able to get some dynamic in there, okay? It was almost all a bit one level, I thought. Her legs could bend a little more and she shoots out stepping forward. I think this one is definitely one to watch with the Latin dancers as well. She's got an excellent personality, and I know that these actors and actresses, they're always ready to pull out a character, and I think she's going to be fabulous in these Latin dances. Next up is Robert and his dance partner, Diane. These outfits. First of all, when I started watching, I was like, these are hideous. But the more it went on and I was looking at the whole look, I also really love the gold accent that Diane had down her back as well, with all the bugle beads and the fringe. And as I'm looking at it now, I'm actually like, oh, maybe this is a cute look. Maybe it would look cute on a queen. I've got to say as well, her red hair looks stunning. Yeah, it's growing on me. When they first walked out, I was like, whoa, this is hell. But actually, it was okay. But why do we have to, I get it, he's a comedy actor, but why does it have to be funny? I wanted to see him just dance. I actually thought what he did was actually not bad at all. But when he started putting the character on things and sort of not taking the mickey, but he was, you know, adding that character on, I kind of fell out of it. And I was like, oh, I get it that they were in their competition mode. And I did think it was a pretty cool concept and idea. I just think maybe it didn't have to be as high camp. Their outfits spoke enough for themselves, right? He actually, probably similar to Dan, is that one that I was expecting to be bad, but he actually wasn't as bad as I was thinking at all. Probably looking forward to him taking a more serious side with some of his dancing. So maybe, for example, a rumba of his, the dance of love, the rumba, that would be interesting to see. Nevertheless, Diane looks absolutely stunning. Maybe I should recreate a look like this. Maybe, thinking about it, I should recreate a look like this. What do we think? Wonder if I could find a fabric like that. We'll see. I'll have a think about it. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should have a costume just similar to Diane's. We'll see. Next up with their American Smooth is Greg and Karen. First of all, have to say, I have had the pleasure of seeing Karen dancing live. I watched their tour, well, pre-COVID, with Gorka, the fire dance tour, and she is an exquisite dancer. I'm sorry, babe. I did find it hard not to watch Karen, and if I'm honest, I did have to rewind this one back just to watch Greg. Karen, stunning. Now, I thought Greg did a really fantastic job. It must be said that these actors and actresses do understand characterizations. I think he loved the song, the top hat and tails. It was such a lovely touch. When we do go into the elements of the actual ballroom dance itself, the Viennese, I found it was a little fast. Again, these two Viennese waltzes that we've had tonight were too fast. That it just ends up edging on that side of being a little on the frantic side as opposed to relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He did a really great job. Can we just talk? I didn't know he was married to Emma Thompson. Why don't we get Emma Thompson involved? I think we need a Nanny McPhee. Cha-cha-cha. What do we think about? He did a really great job. I would be intrigued to see how his Latin dances are going to go. I do think he's got more of a hold and a presence for the ballroom, so it'll be interesting to see how that Latin goes. That's one of the great things about this show, is you see the absolute flip of the coin with the ballroom and the Latin dances. The scores were spot on with this one. I thought he did an excellent job. I would not be surprised if he was definitely up there in the top 3 of the leaderboard in this evening. Thus far, up until this point, is probably the best one, I think, in my eyes. Greg and Karen, excellent job. Next up with their samba is Nina and Neil. The samba has got to be one of my favorite dances. Nina, how good was she? When we say again about not expecting something, dearie me, she was absolutely fantastic. I love that Beyonce influence in there, and the fact that we got to use that fabulous song. I thought she did an excellent job. And the singers, I thought, did an excellent job on that. They have to sing so many different styles. I thought it was excellent. Neil's choreography, as always, Neil is a fabulous dancer. Definitely one of my favorites on the team. And I think he did an excellent job at really showcasing all of Nina's talents. I'm intrigued to see, once again, with all of these actors and actresses, they really understand the characterizations of what each dance is. I'm really looking forward to see her absolutely switch and try something like a waltz, because we see that vulnerability and that other side to her. She really knocked it out of the park of this one. I'm looking forward to see her cha-cha, to see her salsa, to see her jive. I think those will be great. But also, on the flip of the coin, is those ballroom dancers as well. I think she's really one to watch out, this one. I think this so far is definitely my favourite routine of the night. Next up with their tango is John and Johannes. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, it's really hard not to talk and cry. Woo, woo. I don't know what that does. Wow, 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 wow. How exciting. Oh my God. As a gay boy, as a ballroom dancer, as a same-sex ballroom dancer myself, I have never, ever felt prouder. And, God, I'm gonna cry. And he's really good. That's the best part. I was absolutely, my heart was beating the entire time, even just as soon as they started. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I loved the routine. Shirley said it, but Johannes, the choreography was absolutely perfect. A lot of it was textbook tango. Now, a lot of these dances, especially with the years that Strictly's been on, is that we can sometimes get a bit elaborate with the steps, but it was so fundamentally the dance of the tango. And wow, switching positions as well, switching lead to follow constantly. And you could see every time when he was switching, when John was switching to follow, his head was out and back. And every time when he went to lead, he was then forward and there for his partner. Wow. Oh, I've got chills. You can tell that I'm very passionate about this. It was absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see him do some Latin dances as well. I'm excited for their samba. I'm excited for their cha-cha. I really don't know where this couple are going to end up. I really hope they're popular with the audience as well. That's going to be so very, very important. I cannot be prouder of this couple. Wow. They have to be my favourites. They have to be. At this point, I will be shocked if there is anyone that's better than this evening. I will be shocked. Maybe I'll eat my boot, that's fine. But this for me is absolutely the number of the night. Wow. Wow. And how good do they both look as well? That's what's so nice. Like Anton said, clean, precise, classy dancing. So stylish. Could talk about it for ages. So good. And they're both so fit. There we go. It always comes down to that in the end. Oh, as I touch my breast. Okay, next up is Judy and Graziano. How stunning does she look? Please. That dress. And when she came forward, I wish I recorded my reaction. When she came forward and she looked at the camera on her own, I was like, woo! The confidence there, the confidence. This is the effort level that Sarah needed on that cha-cha-cha. Wow, Judy did an excellent job. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the idea, the whole barman thing, and she was walking in, she was giving it, was excellent. Now, when we get actually to the dancing itself, when they were in hold, I didn't overly know what dance they were doing, really. I'm sure you'll come for me in the comments, which is perfectly fine. That's fine. We can open up the conversation. But I don't really know what dance they were doing. It was kind of a foxtrot, kind of a waltz, but it wasn't a waltz rhythm. I know they were doing American Smooth, but I didn't really get that, which ballroom dance that was. The charisma and the style of this lady is so fabulous. I definitely, when she does the step, I am really excited to see this one do these Latin dances. I feel I keep saying that over and over again, but these Latin dances are really where these personalities of these people can really shine. And I'm really looking forward to that from her. Especially as well, a ballroom dance like the tango, I think as well, will be a really interesting way to see how Judy will be able to cope with that. Next up with their jive is AJ and Kai. I have never seen a jive like that in week 1 with that much pump and energy in those legs. Wow. Secondly, Kai is so fit. Hopefully he doesn't see this. I think she looked absolutely stunning. And even just from the first move that she did, you just knew that she was going to smash it. The dress, stunning. We've spoken about it already. I love fringing. Now a beaded fringe, baby, we love a beaded fringe. I'm sure from me you're going to see a beaded fringe. Gold on that beautiful body. She just looks so exquisite. And we're on week 1? Week 1? This is wild. I'm really looking forward to where this young lady is going to end up. I think Kai is an excellent, excellent dancer, and he's going to be able to bring out the best in AJ's potential as well. Technically, I would like to see her close her legs a little bit more, closing her feet. Sometimes what happens when we're dancing, I'm looking at myself in the camera now, is that sometimes we might do a couple of steps and think that we're closing our legs, and actually our feet are open, sort of like this. Kick, step, as opposed to kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. So closing those feet, I think, will really, really work for her. Also as well, especially when we come towards those ballroom dances, she's going to really want to make sure that she's closing her feet as well as doing all the extravagant things too. She swung through Kai's legs and she ended up in that little sit. So, so cool. We're seeing things like that already. Week 1. This is crazy. I'm not seeing a weak link yet at this point. Where is the weak link? Is it someone to come? Have I got anyone else left? I mean, I've been sat here for 2 hours already. With their cha-cha-cha is Adam and Katia. Katia. Oh, baby. It looks so cool. That's one of the cool things about the cha-cha, is that you can take it in multiple different directions. Because the dance is cheeky, but it's also sophisticated. It can be slick as well. It doesn't have to always be campy. Campy's fine. We like a bit of camp. But it's sultry, it's sexy, and that darker side of it as well. And that so suits Katia's, her own dancing and her own character. I did have to rewind this one. I couldn't believe it, really. Obviously, he's absolutely stunning. But I had to rewatch it because I only watched Katia the first time. There's a couple of moments in the beginning where I really felt that there were some elements of Katia really leading her partner, really, really leading him. And I don't really think he needed it. And I think as we went over to the middle and towards the end of the routine, she kind of relaxed a little bit more and let him take over. And I think he did a really excellent job of leading her towards the middle and the end of the routine. That little stir the pot at the end with the leg, that was pretty cool. Yeah, it was a bit wobbly, but it was pretty cool. Now, I do think he will probably excel in the ballroom as well. The only thing that I'm probably a bit hesitant of is his fluidity. I don't know how well that's going to go. I feel he might be probably better off with the sharper, more staccato movements. It'll be interesting to see with the flow that he's going to be able to get from his port de bras as well. Is he going to be able to be fluid? It'll be interesting to see this one. So there we have it. All 15 couples have danced. Well, I've just got to the end of the episode and I thought someone was going to be leaving tonight, but they're not. It's fine. We'll keep them in. We'll watch them for another routine. That's perfectly fine. So I have got to say a few standouts for me. AJ and Kai, that jive was just unreal. So good. Also, I have to shout out to John and Johannes. Wow, wow, wow. I also really did enjoy Katy and Gorka. I do think that those three in particular, I thought they did a really, really excellent job. I've got the leaderboard here right now. AJ, I mean, she was just absolutely amazing. And Kai, so, so great. I think I definitely agree with the way the leaderboard has gone. I maybe think that Adam and Katia are maybe high? I wouldn't. They got joint with John and Johannes. I don't know about that. I think John is... But nevertheless, I am so, so excited to be following this journey of Strictly Come Dancing 2021. Now, please make sure that you come back. Join me every Monday, 7 p.m. I will upload the video to my YouTube channel. Please join me for next week when we're going to be back. We have got more dances, more twists, more turns, more costumes, more music, and more choreography. Guys, I'm so excited that you are going to be part of this journey with me. I hope that you stick along for the ride, and I shall see you next week. Next Monday, we've got all new dances, 15 more dances to talk about. I hope that you are going to be following, liking, subscribing to my YouTube channel. I do really appreciate it. And please, I will be looking in the comments as well. So if you want to type a comment in there, I'll have a conversation with you. That's perfectly fine. I want you guys to make sure that you know that I am here for you. We can talk, we can interact. It's going to be a swell old time. Please follow me on Instagram and Facebook. You can find me at the Ruby Sinclair. That's Ruby Sinclair because it's a sin to look this good. I hope you guys have a lovely week and I shall see you next Monday. Keep dancing.